Hi, I just want to talk to you for a few minutes because I know I can't be the only person who's feeling this way. Um, the holidays can be hard. Everyone's always talking about joy and togetherness and traditions, but for a lot of us older adults at this time of the year, it just feels so heavy because we've lost so many people. Just this year, I lost my best friend. I had been his caregiver for the past 2 years. But a couple of months ago, he passed away. And we had been friends for 40 years. So that was really hard. 21 years ago today, I lost my father. Less than 18 months later, it was my mother. I have one friend, one close friend left. And I started losing friends when I was in my 40s. I don't know, normally you're older when your friends start slipping away, but I lost a couple in the early 2000s to AIDS. A few years later, maybe 10 years later, I lost a couple more within a year or two of each other because complications of diabetes. And that's one thing that happens when we get older and we start having more and more diseases. And some of them will take us out of here. One friend I lost, just a freak accident. She tripped over one of her shoes in the middle of the night, just going to the bathroom. Ordinary enough thing, but she developed a blood clot and it went to her lungs and she died the next day. So, there are a lot of things that can happen. I've lost a lot of other people, and sometimes it's not even just people that we lose. We lose the sense of ourselves, or what we used to be, what we thought we were going to be. And at this time of the year when everybody is so happy and joyful, we just don't even want to participate. But, at this time of the year, we can't just disappear into ourselves. And that's hard for me because I'm an introvert. I love being alone. But one thing that we do need to do is to reach out to other people, to be social, at least in some way. Text somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. If you feel like it, go visit somebody, arrange for a meeting. My sister and I had decided that every year on this date, we were going to have lunch together. Not that we don't see each other at other times, but, just in memory of our father. And the same on the anniversary of my mother's death, which is close to Mother's Day. So, when things change, sometimes you have to make new traditions. This year, normally I had mentioned in my previous video that I have a household of 5 now. I used to have an empty nest, but, for the past number of years, I have had a household of 5, I think the past 5 years. And as an introvert, that's difficult for me because I need my alone time. And so I spend most of my time in my room. But, when the holidays come around, like Thanksgiving and now Christmas and then New Year, I'm spending that with my family, my household. I'm not going to just seclude myself in my room. And we need to do that because that way we maintain connections and it's just better all around. I don't even know what else to say. So certain traditions don't feel comforting anymore, so you have to make up new ones. It's okay to remember the people you miss. I know remembering can hurt, but avoiding it doesn't make the grief go away. Um, Sometimes looking at old photos or even just saying their names out loud, talking about them. I know, like I told you, I lost my best friend. And since that time, his mother and I have been in contact every day. We lift each other up. We share funny videos, anything to help lift each other out of this grief that we're feeling. And she really has a heaviness because not only did she lose her baby this year, but last year she lost another son. So out of three children, she only has one left. And she never thought that she would outlive her children. But, these things happen, and we need to find a way to get through it. And it's better when you can get through it with somebody else. I have my sister to talk to about my parents. I have my friend's mother to talk to about him. And if you don't have anyone, because I've seen a lot of older people posting that they're so lonely all the time because they don't have anyone. And sometimes we can maybe go to a church if you can't get to a church on your own. A lot of churches have transportation ministries. They'll come and pick you up and deliver you back home. You can join a senior center. There are all kinds of things that we can do if we want to reach out to others. And we don't have to do it all the time, just when you feel like it. But always remember that there's no one way to grieve, and there's no time limit. So just be yourself, be kind to yourself, and try to enjoy the holidays. Thanks for listening. Bye.